Support WrestleTalk!
Hello everyone, come and take a seat. Now I'm pretty sure all of you know the drill, but for those of you who like to skip class, I am your substitute teacher, Mr. Blompier. While your normal teachers, Ollie, Laurie and Pete are absent, I'm going to be taking over to run through some of the smaller, weirder and sillier stories that didn't quite make it into the main news this week. Now I know some of you like to mess with substitute teachers, but listen up you little freaks. The fun stops here. You're going to shut your stinking traps and behave, damn it. This is one substitute teacher you're not going to screw with. I'm Marge Simpson and here are the 10 news stories from the week you might have missed. Also, subscribe, please. It helps if you subscribe. I spoke to Ollie, and if more than 1,000 people subscribe to WrestleTalk just from this video, he's going to write the words Daddy's Little Champion on his face with a Sharpie and present an entire episode of the news like that. He promised me he would. Number 1, CM Punk has retired from MMA. Today is the day we see CM Punk return to wrestling after 7 years, and lots of people are very excited about it. Dry your eyes, Davis. However, this isn't the first sporting competition Punk has been involved in since he left WWE back in 2014, as he briefly competed in MMA with mixed martial results. And by mixed, I mean, oh no. MMAWrestling.com is now reporting that Punk has officially informed UFC he has retired from MMA so he could be taken out of their anti-doping program. But hey, he'll retire with an official record of 0-1, which isn't quite as bad as 0-2, mathematically anyway, as one of his losses was turned into a no contest after his opponent Mike Jackson tested positive for marijuana. Benefit of Punk being straight edge, I suppose, and sticking with the lad. Number 2, CM Punk thinks he would have died in WWE. In the lead up to Punk's debut on AEW Rampage a couple of weeks ago, WWE began posting various videos on their YouTube channel and their socials of CM Punk matches, which led to many people speculating, wait, what if Punk's actually going to WWE and not to AEW at all? And this is all one elaborate ruse. People who thought that were cretins. Punk revealed on the Angie Taylor show that returning to WWE is never on the table, after being fired on his wedding day and after his love of wrestling was eroded away from years of Vince and his family pissing on it. Punk went one further on Busted Open Radio, where he said that if he had stayed in WWE, he thinks he would have died. He would have just kept going until he couldn't go anymore, and he said he reached a bottom line and had to get out of there, otherwise he wouldn't be here today. Today, GTS stands for Get to Safety. Number 3, nobody knows what's going to happen to NXT. One of the big news stories circulating is the upcoming and really unanticipated rebranding of NXT with its Art Attack new logo, and the news that a certain former ECW champion is going to be running the thing. But aside from a fresh coat of paint, no one really knows what's going to happen with NXT, as there have been conflicting reports about its taping schedule, who'll actually be running the thing, and what sort of talent they're looking for on the show. And according to Fightful Select, that's entirely by design, as WWE are being tight-lipped about what's going to happen with the former black and gold brand, with even top stars on NXT being kept in the dark about what the future holds for them. And well, that's not terrifying at all now, is it? Number 4, NXT is trending on Twitter for the wrong reason. Since NXT began in its current form, not the reality show version, fans have essentially had one request: don't let Vince McMahon near it, because we remember the reality show version. So fans were fairly outraged when reports broke earlier this week that the new NXT would be helmed by Bruce Pritchard and Big Vinnie Mac himself, with both Triple H and RIP NXT trending on Twitter, which is both horrible and hilarious. But it's all good social media engagement, right? All publicity's good publicity. Where's that trending now pop-up little white and blue box in the corner of the... Put the box there. Come on, you've got a worldwide trend. Do it, NXT. What are you afraid of? Number 5, not Queen of the Ring. It's been reported for a couple of months now that WWE were looking to debut a women's version of the King of the Ring tournament, which everyone assumed would be called Queen of the Ring. Hello, Alex, because, it just makes sense. With the final of the tournament supposedly taking place in Saudi Arabia, which is up there in terms of unsuitability as a boat show taking place on the goddamn moon, it at least seems we might now have a name for the tournament, and it's not Queen of the Ring. Hello, Alex. For some reason, WWE have filed to trademark Queen's Crown Tournament, which is just... that's just synonyms for Queen of the Ring. Hello, Alex. But also worse. It's worse than that, isn't it? The Best in the World Tournament, Crown Jewel, the Kuwait Trophy, Greatest Royal Rumble, Super Showdown, and now Queen's Crown Tournament. God, the WWE's overseas shows have terrible naming. Just goddamn awful. Number 6, Braun Strowman to Impact Wrestling? Question mark. Couldn't get through a wrestling news video in 2021 without mentioning some WWE release, at least once, could we? Braun Strowman was released by WWE on June 2nd, which means his 90-day no-compete clause is now up, alongside the others that were released on that day, such as Buddy Murphy, Ruby Riott, and Lana, but not Malachi Black, because WWE messed up his no-compete clause and it only had 30 days on it instead of 90, which is still funny. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there was interest from Impact Wrestling in both Buddy Murphy, now going by Buddy Matthews, and Braun Strowman. And reacting to the news, Strowman took to Twitter to say, "Remember in life, if you're gonna do something, make sure you make a impact. Carve your name in stone, #Titan." First of all, saying out loud, a impact rather than an impact makes my skin crawl off my body and escape down a storm drain. Second, he said impact. He said the thing. And people have speculated that Titan could be his new ring name. And you know what? I don't hate it. Number 7, Wabba featuring Eminem. We're going to end this video with a quartet of very silly stories because it's been a week, starting with John Cena saying in an interview with Esquire that he wants Eminem to write a new verse over his WWE theme music. There's not much more to this story, it's just nicely weird. You imagine John Cena sitting down to write a letter so slim, if you're down to write some bars, borrow the track, it is a catchy tune, Wabba. I don't know, think about it, mull it over, get back to me. Or don't get back to me, whatever boo do. Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Number 8, Cal Bloom's new name. Oh no, sorry Cal Bloom. WWE has a track record of renaming promising talent with less than ideal names. Hello Lucky Cannon, hello Viking Experience, hello Chili McFreeze, hello Queen of the Ring, and a whole host of others. But in recent years, WWE have allowed a lot of incoming talent to keep the name they use in other promotions like Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, and Ricochet. Well, it seems their patience has run out because now we're getting new ones like Cal Bloom, and the Performance Center has apparently been saddled with Von Wagner. Oh, bless it. Nothing says WrestleMania main event like Von Wagner. He's doomed to fail. Sorry, Cal Bloom. You know what? Hopefully you'll be fine. Number 9, Omos Maiden. Omos. Do you remember the tallest man you've ever seen? I do. It's Omos. I'm told so every Monday on Raw, but as we've seen with The Big Show, it's always unequivocally incontrovertible great television anytime a big man gets emasculated. Well, Omos got a little bit embarrassed in the Performance Center as he revealed on Wrestling with Brandon F. Walker, WWE had what they call PC Lives. And just before WrestleMania 35, they held one of these PC Lives. And because it was right around Mania, a lot of WWE legends were present, such as Undertaker and Batista. The talent were informed to bring dress attire, and by his own admission, Omos likes his dress pants skinny. Then he got told to do rehearsals and hop over the top rope, so he did. Once, twice, 3 times, and on the 4th time, his dress pants ripped. As he said on the show, he was in front of Undertaker, Batista, and Triple H, and his butt was hanging out. His words, not mine. And number 10, the Rock-elganger. And finally today, look at this man that looks exactly like The Rock. That's it. That's the whole story. Look how much he looks like The Rock. That's Dwayne the Cop Johnson, the Brahma Pig. Can you smell what The Rock is baking? Dwayne acknowledged it on Twitter because, yeah, of course he did, because he looks exactly like him. And you know what? That's enough. Honestly, it's been a sad week, all things considered. It's nice to end on a weird little bit of colour in an otherwise sometimes uncompromisingly grey world. This man right here looks a lot like The Rock. And that's it. And that's our list. How much do you think that man looks like The Rock? Let us know below, and don't forget to like and share this video around if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to WrestleTalk for up-to-the-minute breaking wrestling news. Make sure WrestleTalk.com is your homepage, and make sure you jam that jam.